How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and this is Webhead Movie News, where I talk about all the latest movie news in today's world. Today, I'm going to be talking about, is there going to be a Spider-Man Homecoming Trilogy in the near future with Marvel Studios and Sony both collaborating on all of these movies? So if you guys want to hear today's news, make sure you guys stay tuned. As always, Webheads, for everybody that's new to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe to Webhead if you guys want more movie news like this on the MCU or even all the Spider-Man Sony stuff going on lately. And make sure you guys also comment below and let me know, do you guys think that the Marvel Studios and Sony will collaborate on 3 different Spider-Man movies in the near future? Let me know, guys, in the comments below. I always want to hear your opinions. Alrighty, Webheads. So, I'm going to start off this news basically talking about what has been confirmed so far from Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures about the new Spider-Man Homecoming and later sequels and maybe even a trilogy. So far, we know that Spider-Man Homecoming will get a sequel with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Sony collaborating on that movie. So they will be getting a sequel already, guys. That will be in Phase 4. Not in Phase 3 at all. They're not going to be pushing movies around anymore. They are going to be pushing that to Phase 4, along with Guardians 3. I think those are the only 2 movies that are confirmed for Phase 4 so far. And the really going off of this whole thing for today's news is that Tom Holland has come out and spoke about a Spider-Man trilogy. And he basically said that there will be a Spider-Man Homecoming Trilogy. Obviously, not all named Spider-Man Homecoming. One's going to be Spider-Man Homecoming, of course, that's coming out this summer. Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. And that's what he confirmed himself. Now, I want you guys to realize that actors sometimes say things and they don't actually come true. Like, there's been a lot of, talk about, even, directors. I know J.J. Abrams, he is a big-time director. He directed all those new Star Trek movies. He directed one of the Mission Impossibles. He directed Star Wars The Force Awakens. So he's a big director. But when Star Trek Into Darkness was coming out and people were speculating that Benedict Cumberbatch was playing Khan in the movie, he completely denied that entire thing. But, of course, after the movie, spoiler alert for that movie, that was completely true. So, people in Hollywood lie all the time. It happens all the time. And that's why I give that example. I think that's probably a prime example because everybody seeing the trailer knew that was Khan, but of course he would deny it no matter what. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. But with Tom Holland, obviously Tom Holland, he hasn't been really in the spotlight enough. Because after Civil War, he was kind of blew up. His career blew up. He was in a couple other things before this, but his career blew up when he became Spider-Man, let's be honest here. And he hasn't been in the spotlight all that much, so we can't really say whether he lies a lot or he tells the truth all the time. We don't really know. So that's really kind of out the door. So now it's kind of just going on, do I believe him? Do I not believe him? I personally do believe him. I think that it is Sony's and Marvel Studios' best interest to keep going forward as a collaboration with this project. Sony obviously has proven time and time again, eventually they screw up with their big franchise of Spider-Man, and they always go back to square one, and they always plan ahead, like a bunch of movies, like the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man series. After Amazing Spider-Man 2, they're supposed to do Sinister Six, they're going to do Venom, they're going to do Amazing Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 4, a bunch of these, all these different things. Even they were talking about an agent, Aunt May movie, which is completely stupid, but of course they're planning all this stuff, and of course it all fell apart because people hated Amazing Spider-Man 2, including myself. I hated that movie. Critics bashed it, fans bashed it, nobody really liked the movie. And now really thinking about it from this standpoint, are they going to make a trilogy? In my opinion, I never thought they weren't going to do that. I thought that was something that was definitely going to happen. To be honest with you, I think Spider-Man is going to be the first one that actually has a 4th movie in the MCU alone. And actually it gets past, Spider-Man 4. We haven't had Spider-Man 4 yet. That was already planned. That was happening. But, of course, Tobey Maguire's 4th movie kind of got canned, and they just went on with the Andrew Garfield stuff. But I think Spider-Man is going to be one that really keeps going. Because Tom Holland himself has come out, and he also said that he talked with Sony, and he wants to play Spider-Man until he's like 30 years old. because we've seen Spider-Man from in the comic books come from a 15-year-old kid all the way to a 30-year-old man and fighting crime. Now that's something that I personally would love to see, and I would love to see Tom Holland keep playing the same character over and over and over again if he's still that good. Of course, if he's no good anymore and he just doesn't fit the role anymore, and he doesn't seem like Spider-Man anymore, obviously get rid of him. But as we kind of learned from like Robert Downey Jr. or like Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth, like they just keep getting better and better with their characters as they move on, and I think Tom Holland is going to be the same exact thing. So honestly, I'm full force with this whole Spider-Man trilogy, and I do think that the MCU and Sony will be collaborating on this movie. Let me know, guys, down in the comments. Do you guys think this is actually going to happen, and do you think there's going to be a Spider-Man trilogy with Marvel Studios and Sony collaborating on this? Let me know down in the comments, guys. I always want to hear your opinions on this. Also, make sure you guys share this video to anybody that would enjoy it, and smash that like button if you guys like this video. So thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye. Alrighty, Webheads, if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more, make sure you guys subscribe right over here to Webhead to get plenty more Spider-Man MCU news. I also have my social media tags in the bottom right-hand corner, along with my social media links in the description below, and 2 videos below me I think you guys would really, really enjoy. So thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye.